everybody, this is CopperKiddo on behalf of CeeLo Productions, and welcome to Riffs. Today's episode, the Haunted Mansion Holiday. Ah yes, the Haunted Mansion Holiday. This seasonal layout that covers the old house on the hill is a special treat for fans of both the Haunted Mansion, like myself, and those who love Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, like myself. It is also interesting to point out that Imagineer Chris Merritt made a proposal sketch for a standalone attraction for the Nightmare Before Christmas. Although it is unknown to many people aside from other Imagineers why exactly this proposal was scrapped, the head-on crash between Halloween and Christmas inside the mansion was unveiled to guests in 2001, after the success of the Christmas layout of It's a Small World and Country Bear Jamboree. As of 2013, there are a few new additions to the mansion, but we'll talk about those later, along with the original layout. Which means there's only one way to see how good this crazy overlay really is. Let's find out! The ride begins in the queue line, where guests can see how Jack Skellington has arranged Christmas ribbons and Halloween pumpkins in perfect disharmony. Candelabras have been placed on the railings of the second floor, a wreath hangs off two pillars, and Jack has unrolled a scroll with... oh god. Is that...
No, God, no! Not a math problem! No one wants to do a math problem when they're at Disneyland, especially not me!
Now we enter the foyer, where more Christmas ribbons have met Halloween skulls. The ghost host eventually tells us we may have seen something like this in our dreams, and this is what happens when Halloween and Christmas crash into each other head-on. Hey, that gives me an idea! Does this count as Halloween and Christmas colliding? We then enter the portrait chamber, and right away, you can see it's undergone a disquieting metamorphosis. The ledge of the chambers where the gargoyles sit have little lanterns hanging off it. The portraits have been replaced and are now stained glass depictions of a view of the mansion, a tree with presents, a fireplace with stockings, and a boy and girl in bed. Even the ceiling has been turned into a giant stained glass wreath. However, when the room begins to stretch, we hear shattering glass, and the room goes dark, along with the bright colors of the wreath turning a foreboding blue, and the center turning red and orange. I think we may be off to a good start, but wouldn't those shards of glass hurt someone? Once the room stops stretching, we see some skulls fly up to the ceiling. The wreath suddenly cracks, revealing a sinister pumpkin face grin. Then the entire wreath shatters, and we're treated, and possibly terrified, at the scene that follows. After this crazy incident, we can still see the ghost host hanging around.
Don't you again! Will you please? Stop throwing! Shows at me!
We leave the portrait chamber and enter the portrait corridor, and notice the portraits have changed yet again. Sally is holding a small Christmas tree, the Haunted Mansion is all decked out, Jack Skellington is decked out in his Santa Claus outfit, and Santa Claus is in his skeleton reindeer sleigh. These portraits sure are pretty. Best of all, no jump scare of Medusa. However, we see Zero the ghost dog reindeer fly through each portrait, transforming them into their nightmarish form. Then we pass by the two stalking bus. Will you stop it? And come across the loading area, where we see all the Nightmare Before Christmas characters wishing us a scary... Oh, come on! Make up your minds! Still, that's a great way to get guests to see how Halloween and Christmas blend. We boarded our dim buggy and go upstairs to the second floor and look down an endless hallway. Halfway down the corridor to infinity and beyond!
Seriously, Stilo? You too? Come on, man! We ain't got no time for that. You can't keep doing that kind of stuff. Come on, man. You can't just keep saying that kind of stuff.
We see Zero, not a candelabra, floating in the corridor. He's also received a present, a pile of bones wrapped in ribbon. Now we enter the conservatory. However, the vampire Teddy is trying to nail the coffin shut.
Dude, just give up. Your efforts will be useless. Give me that hammer! Sorry.
Now, we enter the corridor doors, and those ghosts are still trying to get out of their rooms to meet us. If we look around, we see more singing flowers along with a giant man-eating wreath. Jeez, this is starting to get crazy. Okay, hold on. Since when did Madame Leota become a giant floating Christmas ornament? And what's with the stupid 13 days of Christmas crap? We dump Leota and travel above the Grand Hall, where a giant Halloween Christmas clash is clearly evident. A ghostly Christmas tree occupies the center of the hall. A train with squid-like tracks, along with numerous presents, can be seen as well. But it's Sally's gingerbread house that becomes the pinnacle of the party. Oh wow. I can smell that gingerbread. When we enter the attic, the presents come to life and try to attack us.
Oh yeah! This time the ghost stays with us. Well, at least now I know I can survive with him.
We fall out into the graveyard and pass by Santa Claus and Zero and see that all the ghosts and ghouls have decorated the graveyard. Even the hill from the movie, the one that spirals inward and curls out when someone is on it, makes a cameo appearance. Honestly, there's so much decor in this graveyard that we have to move on. But I will say this. The music is a combo of Jolly Dear Old Santa Claus, We Wish You a Scary Christmas, and of course, Grim Grinning Ghosts.
So, we've got a medley of music going on here? Well, it sounds fantastic!
It's like the original song in the mansion, only more medley.
Let me
Finish!
Now, we enter the crypt, where Oogie Boogie plays creepy present roulette with the guests. And when we pass the mirrors, we either get a stick of dynamite, a couple of zombie gingerbread men, a group of eels that look like candy canes, and a coffin with a question mark. If you were to get the coffin, Lock, Shock, and Barrel will appear and try to scare us. As we exit the crypt, we see that Sally has replaced little Leota, who urges us, along with Santa Claus, to come back again next year. We then exit the crypt and return to civilization. So, how does this ride hold up in regards to the previous ride we reviewed? Honestly, this overlay is excellent, don't get me wrong. It's really good. The soundtrack prior to 2003 was arranged by Gordon Goodwin. The music then had a much more jolly tone. The only surviving music of Mr. Goodwin is that of the stretching room and of the attic, along with the typically reel of the attic music being used in the crypt. There are only 2 rooms that have gone under at this quieting metamorphosis. I had mentioned that the stretching room back in 2001 was so dark that you couldn't see the ceiling. Also, when the lightning flashed above us, all we would see is Jack's giant head looking down on us. The new animation as of 2013 gives Jack a whole new look. Also, the crypt used to have the music being a mournful chant of We Wish You a Scary Christmas. Today, it's Oogie Boogie dishing out crazy Christmas presents. But overall, the overlay is amazing. I recommend that if you're either in Tokyo or Anaheim during the holiday season, get in that dune buggy and see for yourself what happens when 2 holidays collide. Well, that's all I got for you. This is CopperKiddo for Steel Productions signing off. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go help Sally and make a scary gingerbread house. I'm starving.